If you've been trying to get your blood sugar down, maybe you've cut sugar or maybe you've started walking after meals, but your numbers still aren't where you want them to be, today might be the missing piece because it might not be the carbs. It might be your cooking oil. Now, I know people don't really necessarily think about oil when they think about blood sugar or things to do with their A1C or inflammation, right? However, the type of oil that you cook with can either help calm inflammation that tends to go along with these issues, or it can support your body's response, its natural response to insulin. Unfortunately, it can also add fuel to the fire of inflammation, making it harder to lower your A1C. These oils can also contribute to the kind of inflammation that worsens pain, stiffness, and leaves you feeling unwell overall. So, in this video, I'm going to show you the best oils for people with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, the worst oils that would be great for you to stop using, and how to choose the right oil for your needs, particularly if you cook with high heat, if you saute, and you enjoy salads, so that you don't waste your money or keep hurting your health. Stay with me to the end. I'll give you a quick pantry audit that you can do today. Hi, I'm Dr. Beverly Yates, ND, a licensed doctor of naturopathic medicine. I've helped thousands of people to reverse type 2 diabetes and prediabetes and improve their blood sugar numbers using my Yates protocol. 5 simple steps to fix your blood sugar and reverse type 2 diabetes. This includes nutrition, meal timing, stress, sleep, exercise, along with its twin, strength training. All right, let's fix your oils. Now, first, let's look at the 3-tier oil system. This is a quick win, okay? I want to be sure you understand this stuff so it's clear. I want to make it simple. So let's consider a 3-bucket system. Green is going to be used often. That gets a green check mark. Yellow, use sparingly. That's going to get a yellow dot. And red is limit or avoid. That's a slash, right? Circle with a slash or no good, no bueno. So if you like things that are simple, screenshot this next part. The green oils, the ones used often, that's why I'm calling them green. They're not necessarily green in color, but they're green as in go. It's a yes. That's extra virgin olive oil. That's avocado oil, coconut oil, ghee, also known as clarified butter, and high oleic sunflower or safflower oil, if it actually says on the label that it is high oleic. If it doesn't say that, it doesn't go in the green bucket, okay? Now, these are your everyday, I'm cooking for my blood sugar, I'm cooking for my health, I'm cooking for my metabolism kinds of oils. These are good, all right? Now, the ones in the yellow bucket, these are the ones to use sparingly, if at all. This would be sesame oil. Sesame oil generally can handle high heat. Make sure the label says that it is made so that it can handle high heat. If the label doesn't say it, don't assume it, okay? So sesame oil is okay if it says high heat, all right? And that generally is going to be used for flavor. Walnut or almond oil can also be used sparingly. These are best for salad dressings, not high heat. These are not the kind of oils you put under the temperature of high heat, all right? Now, red. Here's a category, and I'll dig a little bit more into this one later, but let's get us started here. This is in the category of eliminate, avoid, no good. It's going to be canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, vegetable oil blends, and cheap restaurant fryer oils. Yep, you heard me. I put canola in the limited or avoid zone. Don't even think about eating it. I know it's popular. I know it's everywhere. I also know that restaurants love to cook with it. It's cheap for them, right? And it's abundant. But for people who are working on their blood sugar, people looking for better metabolic health, people looking for lower inflammation, and to lower the amount of damage that anything you're doing or eating is causing to your health, I'd rather you choose something more stable and less inflammatory. All right, tell me in the comments right now, what oils are you using the most at home? I'd love to hear from you. I want to see where everybody's starting from. What are your thoughts? What do these oils that you use in your home, what role do they play? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you find the video helpful, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to this channel, and turn your notifications on. This actually helps other people who care about their health, who perhaps have diabetes and blood sugar concerns, find this video, and that means we can help more people. Thank you so much as you help me grow the channel and reach others with this information. I appreciate it. All right, our next section is weight. Oils don't have carbs. Why do they matter? You might be wondering why I'm talking about oils like this, because people often think when it comes to blood sugar, inflammation, metabolic health, the only thing that matters is carbohydrates. That is not true. So if your question is, wait, oils don't have carbs, why do they matter? This is such a smart question, and I get it all the time. Now you're right, oils do not have carbohydrates. So you might think, how could this affect blood sugar? Well, here's the link. Let me explain it. When we cook with highly refined, high omega 6 already damaged oils, it can increase inflammation in the body. More inflammation means that your cells can become less responsive to insulin. This directly leads to increased insulin resistance. With less responsiveness to insulin or a loss of insulin sensitivity, blood sugar stays higher longer than it should. There goes that A1C number. There goes that fasting morning blood sugar number. Do that every day, especially if you eat out a lot or you eat takeout food or fast food, food prepared by others outside of your home. And now you have this background information that's making your diabetes harder to manage. This is all about that inflammation that is unfortunately invisible but omnipresent. It is everywhere, and it's a big factor when you're trying to make healthy choices and perhaps you're not aware of these things. It's also making it harder to manage aches and pains, stiffness, arthritis, and other potential signs or consequences of inflammation. So the goal here isn't never eat oil. The goal is to use oils that support metabolic health, not fight it or undermine it. Remember, this healing journey is always about progress, not perfection. This is one of our sayings here on this channel. Eating foods that nourish us and keep us healthy is an essential part of self-care. Remember, self-care is not selfish. Another key saying here in this channel and community. All right, our next section here is on best oils for people with diabetes or prediabetes, metabolism concerns. Let's go through the winners first because I want you to know what to actually focus on and to buy and use in preparing your food. First up will be extra virgin olive oil, often abbreviated as EVOO. Now, this is a classic for a reason. It's great for low to medium heat cooking, great for salads. You can drizzle it on top of your salad, your food, your hummus, anything that you're enjoying. It's a wonderful, wonderful oil. Good for your health. It's also full of what are called polyphenols and antioxidants. These directly improve the situation with inflammation and help to promote insulin sensitivity. It's also great for heart health. The human cardiovascular system loves olive oil. And it tastes good and it also smells good too. It's really delicious and it's good for us. Everyone can benefit from olive oil. All right, next up is avocado oil. Now, this is the one I like for people who say, I need something neutral in flavor. Generally speaking, it is indeed neutral in flavor. It has a higher smoke point. In other words, it will maintain an oil that's healthful as long as you don't burn it, and you can go to a higher temperature before you reach what's called a smoke point. It's good for sauteing and roasting. It tolerates heat better than the other delicate oils that I've already mentioned or I'm about to cover. It's a great everyday oil. Our next one is coconut oil. Now, I know some people love coconut oil. It's fine for sauteing and for medium heat. It can also help you to feel fuller, feeling satisfied or satiated after you eat. That is knowing when it's time to stop eating. This is important because some people really struggle with that. They don't generally have a sense of fullness. And this is also good for your blood sugar because you're not snacking all day. As you may have learned from other videos here on my channel, I try to make it really clear. Snacking, if you have type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, is not your friend. It's a way to cause fasting insulin to go up and to make yourself more likely to have insulin resistance and less likely to enjoy insulin sensitivity, right? Snacking is not a good thing in general, okay? All right, our next oil is ghee, also known as clarified butter. Now, this one is nice for people who want that buttery flavor, but need something more stable for heat. And if you're dairy sensitive, i.e. if you're avoiding milk products, etc., know that ghee contains the fat from butter and no milk proteins. Those are not there. That might be problematic. Most people do just fine with ghee. By the way, ghee is spelled Ghee. All right, next one up is high oleic sunflower oil or safflower oil. It must be labeled though as high oleic. Not all seed oils are the same. If it says high oleic, that means that it's made to be more stable. It can go in the okay pile. If it doesn't say high oleic, don't assume it. Leave it on the shelf. You don't want it, okay? All right. Next up, oils to limit or avoid. Now, this is where people sometimes get annoyed. Hang on here, friends. Let's talk about the stuff that's everywhere now, all right? These are the oils that I'd like you to reduce, especially if your blood sugar or A1C is stuck. That's going to be canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, vegetable oil, and restaurant fryer oils. Vegetable oil in particular, because it's usually a mystery blend of these ones, right? And these restaurant fryer oils, particularly because they get reused over and over and over again, becoming increasingly rancid, increasingly rich, in free radicals, and they're just a metabolic disaster, right? Okay, now, why am I putting these in the red zone? They're often high in omega-6 fats. We do need some omega-6 in our diet, but frankly, it's very little. And if you live here in the US, you are getting way too much omega-6 to begin with, right? So it's way out of balance compared to omega-3s. They are also highly processed and refined in order to make them shelf stable and tasteless so they can sit in a store for years at a time. This is actually not a good thing for human nutrition. And most importantly, for your health needs, chronic inflammation makes it harder to improve insulin sensitivity. So even if you're eating healthy, but frying everything in canola, or in fact, frying in general, or eating out at places that use soybean oil, your progress can be slower, or in fact, you could go backwards and things could get worse. And it would defeat your purpose if you really are looking to reverse type 2 diabetes, particularly if you're trying to reduce dependence on prescription medications. In other words, live an independent, healthy life. These kinds of things are going in the wrong direction. Okay, so what are your thoughts? Did you already know this about these oils? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you find the video helpful, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on. This actually helps other people who care about their health find these videos, and that means that we can help more people. That way you can also help me grow this channel and reach others with information. Thank you so much. All right, next section here we're going to cover is that heat matters. We could also consider this part of the video to be smoke point 101. Let's talk about heat. I mentioned it earlier. Let's spend a little bit more time on this topic. Even a good oil can become not so good if you overheat it. Low to medium heat generally is going to be your coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil. Medium to high heat could be avocado oil, ghee, and high oleic oils. Sesame oil, if it's labeled as such, can also be used for high heat. Read the labels. If it's processed to handle high heat, it's probably going to be fine. Now, sometimes delicate oils will include things like walnut oil, sesame oil, perhaps flax oil, depending on how they're prepared. Read the labels. In general, these are used for finishing, for salads, and for taste, for flavor. Not for frying, and definitely not at high heat unless otherwise labeled as such. In general, the rule here is if the oil is smoking when you're using it to cook, i.e. you look at your pan and you see the oil is producing smoke, maybe turning on a smoke alarm in your home, that sort of thing, it's not helping your blood sugar, okay? Oils that burn are high in free radicals, the kinds of chemicals that directly damage health, increase risk for cancer, heart disease, inflammation, increase insulin resistance, and lower insulin sensitivity. All right, so let me say it again. If the oil is smoking, it is not helping your blood sugar. It's not helping the rest of your health either, including your heart health. All right, our next section now will be on pantry and what to think about for restaurants. Like, do this today. Let's make it practical. Step one, go to your pantry in your home. I know a fair number of you who watch these videos, you're watching at home. I'm going to invite you to take your phone or your laptop or your tablet with you. Go in the kitchen, go have a look. Pick up your cooking oils. Turn that bottle around. If the ingredients say soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, cottonseed oil, or it just says vegetable oil, move it to the use rarely section, or better yet, throw it out. It could be actively damaging your health. Step two, replace it with one good everyday oil. Some examples were olive oil or avocado oil, a finishing oil, extra virgin olive oil, ideally organic. That would be lovely. Again, that's not going to be for a high heat situation. Remember, that's a finishing oil, okay? You put it on after you've turned the heat off. And then ghee, also known as clarified butter, that can handle high heat. Now, step three, when you eat out, start asking what oil do you cook with? Can you make that with olive oil or butter? Can you grill it instead? These are fine options. Restaurants often use the cheapest oil, not the healthiest oil. And when you have diabetes, if you have heart disease, if you have metabolic syndrome, metabolic concerns, polycystic ovarian syndrome, this matters. That's the kind of metabolic awareness that I recommend because blood sugar isn't just about carbs, it's your whole lifestyle. All right, let's go over some questions and answers here for things that I've been frequently asked over the years. One, is canola ever okay? Now listen, if you're at somebody's house and they cook with it, don't panic. There's no need to freak out. It's not about perfection here. It is about, though, what you use every day in your own kitchen. But for your regular cooking, please choose better oils. Next, what about air fryers? Air fryers are quite popular and they can be helpful because they use a lot less oil. Just watch what will you use and what oil you use as a spray. You can choose olive spray or avocado oil spray, whatever makes sense, okay? Please choose quality for that. Next question. What about MCT oil? MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides. That's more of a supplement, frankly, not a cooking oil. You don't cook it with it, okay? Next question. I have high cholesterol. Can I still use coconut oil? Oh boy, we're going to have a different video talking more about cholesterol and many of the myths. In fact, I can see that could be a whole series. Let me know in the comments if you'd like that. All right, the answer here is use it in moderation and you work with your doctor. Coconut oil is fine for many people. And remember, olive oil is the one that's always a safe bet. I would say most of the time coconut oil is a safe bet, okay? All right, so in general, here, specifically for this video, please let me know if it's helpful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. You could say, hey, I'm switching to fill in the blank kind of oil. Or give me suggestions for what you'd like me to teach next. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on. This really does help other people who care about their health find this video. It teaches the algorithm to send this video to them so they can click through and come and join in on this information. This means then we can help more people. Thank you for partnering with me that way here on this channel and in this community. This way you help me grow the channel and reach others with this information. Thank you so much. And if you're ready to go deeper to fix blood sugar using all 5 pillars, which I teach in the Yates protocol, nutrition, meal timing, stress, sleep, and movement, stay tuned here. Please keep watching this channel. Remember, this healing journey is always about progress, not perfection. Please take great care of yourself. Self-care is not selfish. Check out the description for my channel and this video where you'll find links to join one of my programs. You can use it to buy my book, The Yates Protocol. You can also check out how to get CGMs, continuous glucose monitors. You can join our community via the email list and other ways to work on your health goals. I'm Dr. Beverly Yates. I'll see you in the next video. Are you ready to take the guesswork out of blood sugar control and discover how to turn your metabolism into your superpower? I'd like to gift you my free guide to the Yates protocol. It comes with a blood sugar tracker and a meal plan template you can personalize for both plant-based eating and omnivore eating. Getting your copy is simple. Just scan the QR code you see right here. Or, if you prefer typing it in, go to this link, https://drbeverlyyates.com/guide, GUIDE-reverse, REVERSE-TYPE-2-diabetes-naturally. It's free and it's designed to help you start making changes that really work. The link is available below this video.